Hello, thank you for joining T Graphic for You. This is Chris. In the first video, I showed you how to locate Windows Live Movie Maker on your computer, then how to download the program in case you didn't have it. I showed you the basics in getting started, how to add a title, photos, and video. I hope by now you took the opportunity to practice a little bit and get familiar with the program. That's not what I'm looking for at all. But anyway, I hope by now you took the opportunity to practice a little bit, get familiar with the program with Windows Live Movie Maker. In this video, I'll do a little recap, and then I'll go into transitions, video effects, and then how to add and edit sound. Now, if you've already added the photos and videos you wanted, and perhaps even audio, hopefully you haven't uploaded your video to YouTube yet, and this is something I'll also cover in this video. I like to think of Windows Live Movie Maker as a scrapbook in digital form. All of your photographs, old videos can be imported into your project. Once your video is completed to your liking, your video can then be burned onto a CD or DVD, can be uploaded to YouTube, Facebook, and can even be embedded into your blog or website. The best thing about Windows Live Movie Maker is that it is 100% free. Now, the intro, the start of this video, was imported into Windows Live Movie Maker. The animated background I purchased, but I added the video effects from Windows Live Movie Maker. The reason I made that intro was to show you what's all possible with this free program. There are two sources that I know of at this time where you can buy animated backgrounds, production music, sound effects, and more, and the other source is free. I'll provide both links on my website, tographicforyou.webs.com. So first I'll start off this video with a little recap, what I already showed you in another video, but I'll show you again because there's a few things that I have to add to this one. So first things first, I've got to add a title. And I'm just going to leave it at that, my movie. And another thing I want to explain to you now, I showed you you can position your text wherever you want it, up, down, left, right, in the corner, any corner you want. But if you leave it down here at the bottom, if you were planning to monetize your videos on YouTube, I'll explain to you what that means later on in one of my later videos if you don't understand what it means. But now remember, these videos are for beginners, so most likely beginners will have no idea what I'm talking about. So if you have a comment about something, what I just said, then note that this is for beginners. But as for beginners, if you want to monetize your videos and you have a title down here or a text down here, you will most likely have a, probably just about this size too, an advertisement right over here, meaning that that will cover any of your text or captions here. So I don't really like to put things there. I like to put them, depending on what kind of video I make, either over here to the side or right in the middle. But anyway, for right now, I'm going to leave it right here in the center of the preview window. I'm going to change the font type to anything random. I'm going to change the font size to 48. I'm not going to make it bold. I'm not going to make it italic, but I will change the text color to red. I'm not going to increase the font size. I'm not going to decrease the font size. I'm not going to align my text to the left. I'm not going to center it. nor am I going to align it to the right. I'm going to leave it right in the center. As for an effect, like I told you, take your mouse cursor and place it over each one of the effects just so you can get a preview of what it does. So I'm going to go ahead and choose one of these zoom ones. Just like that. I'm leaving it like that. Now I could change the background color, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it as is. See, you have all these choices of background colors to choose from. But right now I'm just going to leave it the basic color that it came with. Now I'm going to go back into Home, into the Home tab, add videos and photos, and I'm going to go down to get some videos that I purchased. Double click on it, or click on it once to highlight it, and then go down here to the Open tab and click on that, and there you have it. So go down to Videos again to add another video. Scroll down to find some more, and there's another one. Now, as for my intros, this can be a little tricky, and it's something that you probably have to, not my intros, my transitions, something that you may have to play around with a little bit. Now remember I told you about this little bar right here? You can either drag that over to the point where you want it, or you can click to the point where you want it. So I've got it there now, and that's where I'm going to add the transition. So let's go over here into Animations, and here we have Transitions, and again here you can rest your mouse cursor over each one of these to preview the effect before you make your choice. And once you make your choice, then you can go ahead and click on that, and I'm going to go ahead and click on, I'm going to do this one. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I'll do that. There, I clicked on that. So now we can go ahead and play that and see what the transition is. You've got to keep doing this again and again until you have a transition or an effect, till you have your video the way you want it. Now see the way that video just switched over? I call that a hard switch, but what I'd like it to do is to blend into it more. So I'm going to have to go over here and add another transition, and I want it to be smooth. So what I do is I could choose either that one or that one, and I think I'll choose that one. So let's go ahead and go to this first video clip again, play that, and then watch this transition. It was a pretty smooth transition, right? Now let's say you have something in here like you saw my intro. How do you make it an effect like that? Well, go ahead and show you. Go back here to Home, go to Add Videos, go down here and look for that video clip I have that I used, that I bought. Okay, see, now this is the way it looks when without doing anything to it. This is how I downloaded it. This is how I bought it. It's just that color and that animation, and it doesn't change. But since it's mine, I own it, I got the copyright to it, I can do with it whatever I want to. So I went ahead and went into Visual Effects. And here we have a whole list of different kinds of visual effects that we can choose again. Again, just rest your mouse cursor on it so you can see the preview of it. And some of them are pretty interesting. But I went ahead and I chose something like, you can do this, pixelated, or this, motions and fades. And that's what I did. So as you keep on playing it now, You still have that motion, but you have these different colors that fades from one color into another color into another color. So that when you can do stuff like this in Windows Live Movie Maker, that gives it your own professional touch. It makes your videos look more professional. You can make them look as basic as you want, depending on what type of videos you want to make, or you can make them look as interesting or as professional as you want. Alright, I'm going to go to the point now where I'm going to add, let's say we want an intro tune. So I'll go back here to Home and click on Add Music. Now, there are two ways you can do this. If you want to just add music to the whole thing, and that's it, just go ahead and click on that music note. If you're not certain what you want to do, you may want to say, well, I'll get to that first. First, I'm going to add the intro. You can do either or both, but I'm going to add music. Just a little, my little intro tune here. But I want my intro tune to end right there. So I'm going to have to drag this bar over here, go to Music Tools Options, and see here where it says Endpoint. That's the time the selected music. You can trim the selected music so it ends at the current point. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, click on Set Endpoint, and there it is. Now, I don't want it just to abruptly stop. I want it to fade out, so I'm going to choose Medium. I like that one better. So go ahead and click Play. See, so then it goes out. Now, you can choose to either or add narration to your video, or background music to your video, or you can add narration to your video and background music. So let's say we'll start the intro right here. So that's when we go here to add music, to the little arrow here, and you get the choice of add music or add music at the current point. When you got that nice little line there, that's the current point where you want to add the music to. So let's go over here to music, and I'll just click on that. Now I have music that I made in Sony Acid Pro 7, and I also have music that I purchased offline. This particular music that you hear right now, this is something I made while I was fooling around in Acid Pro 7. So I can fade this out also. I can also fade it in, because sometimes when you add music and all of a sudden the video starts, it's sort of well, it's like a shock. I think that it should gradually come in slowly, not just all of a sudden, bam, suddenly. So this is how I'm doing it. So go ahead and click play. Now this is just random music that I chose. It was just something to show you how to add music, on how you can do the editing. Now as far as what type of music or sounds you can and cannot use, it is very important, since I personally made this music myself, or the other music I use I personally bought from a subscription-based website. You can find both links on my website, as I said. it is important to know that those are the only types of music that you can put on there. If you produced music in one of those online beat makers such as Dub Turbo or Sonic Producer, that's your music that you produced. You own all the rights to it. You can use that in your videos. Your CDs, you cannot use that music. You bought the CD, yes, but you did not buy the copyrights to use that in your productions. All these people that make movies, I mean, all these production companies that make their movies, and you hear this awesome soundtrack from a famous band in there. They paid a lot of money to buy the copyright to play that song in their movies, and I don't think as a beginner you want to go that far unless you're going to start getting into documentaries. But this, like I said, this is just random music that I'm showing you how to do it and what you can and cannot do. You cannot use commercial clips in your video. You cannot use clips from movies in your video unless you've got written permission to do so. And a little bit later in my videos, I'll be getting into the YouTube thing. But right now, I'm just trying to get beginners to get to know how to make videos in Windows Live Movie Maker. So anyway, I hope that that covered just about everything, and I hope these videos help you. In my next video, I'll be talking about saving, uploading, and embedding into your blog or website. So for Too Graphic for You, this is CJ Grace, or Chris. I'll get over it in a minute. I'll get over it shortly soon. Chris of Too Graphic for You. I'll see you in the next video, and if you know of anybody that would benefit from these videos, please pass it along.